6 aircraft, 27 men, 0 wreckage. That is how one of the most famous Bermuda Triangle stories begins. On December 5, 1945, 5 U.S. Navy planes took off from Florida for a routine training flight. They were supposed to practice, turn around, and come home. But somewhere over the Atlantic, the pilots started acting confused. One radio message said the compasses were not working. Another suggested they did not know which direction was west. Then the planes kept flying, farther from land, lower on fuel, deeper into open ocean. And then they were gone. A rescue plane was sent to find them. It vanished too. No survivors, no confirmed wreckage, no clean answer. And this is where the Bermuda Triangle became more than just a place on a map. It became a question people could not stop asking. Is this part of the ocean actually cursed, or did the legend become bigger than the truth? The Bermuda Triangle is usually described as the stretch of ocean between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. On a map, it looks simple: 3 points, 1 triangle, a perfect shape for a mystery. But the first strange detail is this: the Bermuda Triangle does not have one official border. There is no real line in the ocean, no warning sign, no exact place where the danger begins. That matters more than it sounds. Because if a ship disappears near the area, people can say it happened inside the triangle. If a plane crashes nearby, people can connect it to the same story. The border can stretch, the legend can grow, and suddenly accidents from a huge part of the Atlantic all start getting pulled into one scary name.
But the triangle did not become famous because of one missing plane. It became famous because the stories kept stacking. One of the oldest and most unsettling cases was the USS Cyclops. In 1918, this massive U.S. Navy ship was traveling through the Atlantic with more than 300 people on board. Came Flight 19, and Flight 19 had everything a legend needed: military pilots, broken compasses, radio messages, bad weather, a rescue mission, and then silence. 5 planes leave, 5 planes vanish. A 6th plane searches for them. It disappears too. This is the kind of story that sounds impossible even before anyone adds anything supernatural. And over time, people did add things. Books, magazines, documentaries, and TV specials turned the Bermuda Triangle into a machine for mystery. Every retelling made it darker. A pilot became lost, turned into a pilot trapped by invisible forces. A ship sank, became a ship swallowed without a trace. A compass problem became proof that reality itself was bending. The boring details faded, the scary details stayed, and that is how legends work.
They do not need every fact. They only need the parts people remember. But now comes the first real explanation. The Bermuda Triangle is not some calm, empty pool of water. It sits in a dangerous part of the Atlantic. Storms can form quickly, visibility can drop, waves can rise. Wind can push ships off course. And before modern weather tracking, people had far less warning. Imagine flying over open ocean. There are no roads, no buildings, no mountains, no landmarks, just gray water in every direction. If clouds cover the sky and your instruments start confusing you, the ocean becomes a maze. 1 wrong turn can become 2. 2 wrong turns can burn fuel. Low fuel creates panic. Panic makes communication worse. And suddenly, a routine flight turns into a countdown. That does not require aliens. It does not require a portal. It requires bad weather, bad timing, and one mistake at the worst possible moment. Then there is the Gulf Stream. This is a powerful ocean current that moves through the region like a river inside the sea. And it matters because people always ask the same question. If these ships and planes crashed, why didn't anyone find them? The answer is simple. The ocean does not keep evidence in one place. Debris can drift miles away. Oil can spread. Floating pieces can scatter. And if something sinks, it may fall into water so deep that finding it becomes almost impossible. A crash site on land stays where it is. A crash site in the ocean changes. The sea moves it, breaks it, hides it. And sometimes, by the time rescuers arrive, the evidence is already gone.
That is what makes the Bermuda Triangle feel so creepy. Not because the ocean is magical, but because the ocean is extremely good at erasing things. Another famous part of the legend is the compass. People imagine a needle spinning wildly, like the triangle is messing with reality. But the real issue is more grounded. Compasses do not always point exactly where people think they point. There is true north, which points to the top of the Earth, and magnetic north, which is where a compass needle points. Those two are not always the same. If a pilot or sailor misunderstands that difference, or if they are already stressed, tired, or surrounded by clouds, a small navigation error can become deadly. You think you are heading home, but you are actually flying farther away. You think you are correcting the mistake, but you are making it worse. And over open water, distance is everything. Because the ocean does not care if you were only wrong by a little. It only cares how much fuel you have left. Then, there is the explanation nobody likes: human error. It sounds boring, but in the Bermuda Triangle, it might be one of the most important answers. A captain makes a bad decision. A pilot trusts the wrong heading. A crew waits too long to turn back. A storm is underestimated. A radio message is misunderstood. None of these things sound like a legend by themselves, but disasters are rarely one single mistake. They are chains. A wrong direction leads to lost time. Lost time leads to low fuel. Low fuel leads to stress. Stress leads to worse decisions. And once the chain starts, every small problem pulls the next one closer.
That might be scarier than a sea monster, because it means the danger was not impossible. It was human. But here is the biggest twist. The Bermuda Triangle may not even be unusually deadly. This area is busy, very busy. Ships cross it, planes fly over it, tourists travel through it, cargo moves through it. Millions of people have passed through this region safely. And when a place has a huge amount of traffic over many decades, accidents are going to happen. Not because the area is cursed, but because busy places create more chances for something to go wrong. If only 10 ships travel through an ocean, maybe none disappear. If millions travel through, some will. Then, if that ocean already has a scary name, every accident becomes part of the myth. That is the trick. The Bermuda Triangle may not be unusually hungry. It may just be unusually famous. But that does not mean the mystery is fake. It means the mystery is complicated. Some stories were exaggerated. Some details were repeated incorrectly. Some disappearances probably had normal explanations. Some might not have even happened exactly the way people tell them. But not every case has a perfect answer. The USS Cyclops still has no confirmed wreck. Flight 19 still has no recovered aircraft. Some reports are incomplete. Some records are messy. Some final moments are missing forever. And that is where the Bermuda Triangle survives. Not in aliens, not in portals, not in sea monsters, but in the gap between what probably happened and what we can actually prove. Because the ocean is one of the few places on Earth where something huge can vanish and leave almost nothing behind.
On land, we expect answers: footprints, roads, security cameras, witnesses, evidence. But the ocean is different. It is deep. It is moving. It is dark. It can swallow metal, scatter debris, and hide a wreck for generations. And after it takes something, it does not explain itself. It does not leave a note. It does not give a final scene. It just keeps moving. Maybe that is why the Bermuda Triangle still feels unsettling. Because even if the supernatural stories are exaggerated, the real ocean is already terrifying enough. A pilot can lose direction. A ship can meet a storm. A rescue team can search the right area and still find nothing. A family can wait for answers that never come. So is the Bermuda Triangle dangerous? Yes, but maybe not because it is cursed. It is dangerous because the sea is dangerous, because weather changes fast, because humans make mistakes, because machines fail, because evidence sinks, because stories grow, and because mystery spreads faster than explanation. The truth is not that the Bermuda Triangle breaks the laws of nature. The truth is that nature never needed to break its own rules to be frightening. The legend became bigger than the facts, but the facts are still dark. 6 aircraft, 27 men, no confirmed wreckage. And somewhere under miles of black water, there may still be pieces of the story no one has ever found. So what do you think? Is the Bermuda Triangle just a legend?
Or is something still hiding out there? Leave a comment below.